Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Gamestrum Plays Pokemon XG and X-Gen Nuzlocke. I'm Gamestrum. In the last episode, we beat Snaddle and drove him out of Phenac City. And today, well, if you haven't been through this one before, I'm gonna let this one be a bit of a surprise. I know what's coming because I've been through it many a times. However, those of you who haven't, I'm gonna let the fun happen. So, I didn't do much in between episodes. Mainly just got Frosh purified, so that way he can be on the team. Got him leftovers for his items. Changed his ability over to Thick Fat. Sludge Bomb, Light Screen, Giga Drain, and Leech Seed. There are other coverage moves, but I really didn't think they were too necessary, and I like the idea of having Leech Seed on. Good defenses all around. Everyone else, I don't think I changed anything on it. Oh, but I did, because I did do a quick battle that didn't really, because they were against level 20s, just to get Frosh's gauge down. So I did actually do one thing that I do need to change back. So where is it? One I can do here, but the other I have to go somewhere else for. The Underbolt, that's it. Change that back on Zybolt from Discharge. Okay, and then we need to go over to Mount Battle quick. Pudge. And do I want to give them Drain Kiss instead? Because it would heal them. Versus Moonblast flat out power. I'm gonna stick with Moonblast. Get rid of Dazzling Gleam. So now I can actually see this work. Oop, okay, that's it for them. Alright. Now, we head into the desert. Sephiroth's witnessed transporting things in this area. The scooter's tower is bogged down in the sand. It's impossible to go any further. Seriously, just scenes like this, I just have to point out how unique stuff like this is compared to other Pokemon games. Like, I know these are an entirely different experience, but just Game Freak, Pokemon Company, take notes. Like, this is some cool shit that you don't see anymore. And again, I harped this a couple episodes ago. I am just so goddamn happy that this is finally getting ported to the Switch. Granted, it's the Switch 2, which I'm not too happy about. But still, it's happening. Like, people can actually play these games again. Experience them. I pray to God they do not fuck it up and make it so that you can't transfer the Pokemon to home. If they do that, they will have royally shot themselves in the foot. Okay, mini rant about that over. I'm still stoked and just praying they do this right. And seriously, like, you're doing it. You got people interested in Ori. You give us another sequel. There's an open ending to the end of this one that I already know that I won't spoil for people who haven't watched. But there's room to go further with the story. You can do it again. Seriously, Game Freak, just experiment a little. Try something new. Have a little fun. I know you're kind of already doing that with the Legends series, but still. Like, maybe it's just a me thing. Because, again, I am a avid fanboy of these games. But if they were to ever announce, like, I'm going to be playing Legends ZA on just my Switch Lite that I already own, because I don't want to spend the money on the Switch 2. Right now in my life, that's too much. However, if they were to reveal that they were coming out with a Ori Regions sequel, there we go. Ori Regions sequel game, for the Switch 2, in a heartbeat, I would be getting that Switch 2 for that. That would excite me more than any other possible. That would excite me more than goddamn Gen 10. Seriously, Game Freak, put that idea in the tank. Gen 10 or 11, put it in the Ori region. Let's do it. GameStop, you're close to covered in sand. What happened now? It's big news. That could be Cypher's new hideout. But maybe too difficult for an ordinary scooter to cross the desert. So it won't be easy getting there to investigate. Well, for help with something like that, how about her and Gideon on port? If anyone can help. Oh yeah, that's it. Good idea, Bit. Personal buddy of ours. He runs a mechanical parts shop with his grandpa, Mitch. Huh? You know the guy? Well, then we can cut right to the chase. I'll get in touch with him. Arshel will come up with the means for you to get across the desert. Alright, now off back to Gideon port we go. Here we go. So one thing I do get with this game, it gets worse in like the later sections when we get to like the end game, is that there are some really like big areas, but it takes a while to get through them just by generally just running around. That is one thing that modern Pokemon games do have on this, just the speed of which you can get from one location to another. Even in like the expansive like open world areas, like in Scarlet and Violet, you can still get across those relatively quick. I mean, considering this is the first like actual 3D Pokemon game in like an entirely new format, like if you essentially think about it, this is kind of, not exactly, but almost like an open zone game. Each of these zones you can just go straight through them. And granted, they're designated areas. Like, especially for the time that this came out, this was insane that this was a thing for Pokemon. Especially just the storyline in general. Like, that's part of the reason why I rep the Ori games so much, is that just so few people actually know about them and respect. That's why I love MNJ TV, God bless him. He reps these games so much. I wish he would do more content for them, but I understand on his end that like they don't do as well for the algorithm. That's why I am here. I am not a big name. And like I have no delusions of grandeur on this of me getting big, but I just want to put respect onto these particular games, because I just don't think that the general Pokemon fan base gets behind them enough, in my personal opinion. And again, another thing here, the protagonist goes on the goddamn news. How often do you see that for the main series protagonist? I'll tell you what, you really don't. Outside of a handful of things in, I think, either Black and White or Sun and Moon, I think. I'm excluding Galar just because it's an international sport there. But like, outside of those particular instances, like, the main characters aren't well known. I guess you could exclude Red from that list because he is an internationally known trainer, as we see in Alola, but still. Oh my, I haven't seen you for a while. I understand that you're quite the hero in Phenac City. Very impressive of you. Ho ho ho. I thought that conversation was longer. I have a distinct memory of that being a much longer conversation. Maybe that was something they've adjusted for this one. Okay, so we need to head over to Dr. Kaminko's house. Here. Alright, so for this, I'm actually going to put Donna... Wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to remember if there's a fight before this. For what I'm thinking of. There might be, so I'm going to put Zybolt and Gills. And then we'll go from there. Wait, who goes there? Okay, I was right, there was a fight before the one I'm thinking of. You must be yet another burglar. Why are there so many burglars? Chobin will put you straight, don't you move. Chobin am I, and Chobin is the #1 assistant to Dr. Kaminko. Chobin is still the only assistant, so Chobin has to be the #1 assistant. Chobin, I think you need a new prescription, buddy. Those glasses are doing you no favors. Probably because Kaminko made them. That is my personal theory. I'm surprised that Metang doesn't have clear body. Let's go Stomping Tantrum and Flamethrower. Oh, that would be why it doesn't have clear body. I didn't even know it could get that as an ability, but okay. Flamethrower should still do the trick. At least we're getting out this round relatively scot-free, so we don't have to go and heal. Chobin lost, Chobin lost, Chobin lost. Chobin lost. Oh, this is devastating to Chobin. Chobin demands a rematch. Chobin, what is the meaning of all your shouting? Oh, Dr. Kaminko. Chobin's trying to teach this burglar a lesson. Burglar? A burglar, you say? No mercy need be given to a burglar. Just let the just completed it handle him. Doctor, you don't mean it. I said it. Chobin understands. It is. You wait. You are going to get it. Okay, so for this, I already have a particular idea in mind. So we will be putting Donatello into the front. And we're just going to go into this because we took literally no damage, so we're just going to go. Foo. Soon. Yes, very soon. You will see what we have in store for you. If you wish to flee, let it be now. Nah, people at home need to see this. They need to witness. Ah, so your intention is to burgle no matter what. A harsh lesson needs to be taught. Fine, let us begin. Though the rumble of thunder fills the air, the weather remains free of clouds. Let thunder tear the skies and rend the earth. The time has come for the ultimate Robo Pokemon to finally reveal itself. Come hither, Robo Groudon. Again, just fucking look at this shit. You don't get shit like this in this main series Pokemon. Like, goddamn, I love the games to death, but still, like, fucking look at it. I will never not harp on this. Like, the cutscenes. I mean, granted, what the XG does versus XD is far superior. I will grant that. But still, just look at what you're looking at. Go! This is who you battle. You've been warned. Robo Groudon Chobin. Again, just look at this. Yeah, no, the original game does not do anything nearly that cool. I'll grant you that. But still, just looking at this, what this game does, how can you not fucking love it? I'm going to throw up a Reflect, and we are going to Volt Switch out of that immediately. because I have a strategy in mind. So we're gonna head over to Frosh. Like to help us deal with any incoming physical moves like that one. Plus the Intimidate that we got on him before. Frosh's leftovers definitely helping here. I'm gonna throw up a Wish, and then we're gonna Leech Seed that. Heat Wave won't take nearly as much damage from this thanks to the Thick Fat ability. Yeah, that was a super effective move from a level 50. And then Donatello, we swap you out. You go right over to Zyvolt again. And then we throw up a Light Screen with Frosh. You shouldn't take nearly as much damage off of this now. That still did more than I like. And then we get the Wish. There we go. If memory serves me, I'm pretty sure this thing is part Steel type. I'm like 90% sure on that. So Zyvolt will go for a Flamethrower. Frosh is gonna swap out, and we're gonna go over to Gills now. We shouldn't take too much damage off of this. Worst thing from this would be just getting a burn off of it. Go for Flamethrower and a Stomping Tantrum. There we go. Gives a lot of XP all around. Chobin lost. Lost with Robo Groudon. Chobin lost. But how could this be? My Robo Groudon goes down in defeat? Oh, on closer inspection, it's Gamestrum. Ah, a while it's been. What? Arledge Burglar is merely Chobin's acquaintance? And a child, no less? Bah, enough of this nonsense. Given the Robo Groudon's utter failure, the half-built Robo Kyogre doesn't inspire confidence. I doubt it will ever be useful. Chobin, see to it that the Robo Kyogre is disposed of by a scrap by Mitch at the parts shop. Understood? We're dropping the development of Robo Kyogre? It's finished, over, done with, kaput. The whole Robo Pokemon plan is cancelled. Doctor, wait. Please, Chobin would like to keep the Robo Groudon at least. I have no interest in any Robo I've scrapped, as you wish. I mean, good on him for recycling at the very least. Given that much. After all we did to bring it so close to completion. Chobin wants to know what brought you here today. Chobin sees. You want to see the parts shop man. Mitch is in the manor. Chobin suggests you go in and have a look. In the meantime, Chobin must put away the Robo Groudon. Ah, yes. Gamestrum, Chobin would like your PDA number, if you will be so kind. Chobin will modify the Robo Groudon. Chobin would like a rematch when the work is done. Alright, let's go get Mitch. Go over here and get this quick. TM35, what are you? Focus Blast. Oh, that's not a bad one. So this is the Robo Kyogre that Kaminko had under development. He called it useless scrap and demanded that I haul it away. But, you know, this is quite a well-injured machine. Ooh, you give me quite a start. And who might you be? Did you come from the Pokemon HQ lab? My name's Mitch. I run the parts shop in Gideonport. As the lab's director, Professor Crane, yes? Cypher's back then. I thought they'd folded 5 years ago, but they've returned. So you want me to modify your scooter for desert crossing performance? Well, you certainly are bold for even considering to face Cypher alone. Fine, let's do it. I'll modify your scooter. Good deeds shouldn't wait. I'll want you to haul this Robo Kyogre back to my shop right away. I'll see you there. Whew, what a job that was. Finally done. I've converted into a hover-type scooter, so it'll be perfect for the desert. Go on, try it out right away. Alfie Code questions, did he heal me after that? I'll check. No, it's not. Pokemon Center it is. Now, off to the new location. With our new upgraded scooter. Hover style. Yep, the shift from the intro. I think 2 men were on this ship, and I'm assuming they're dead. Because I bet they were left out at sea, very far from shore. So thanks for being so patient. The preaching is finally set to reopen after the Cypher takeover bid. We're looking forward to battling you. I'll have to think on that one. And there is an iron box there, but I'm actually going to hold off on actually taking from that until I come back down. Actually, I think about it. Who do I have up in front? I'm gonna put Dr. Claw in the back of the front alongside Zyvolt. We'll go from there. After all I do to get here, we let one get away from us. Isn't that right, Matt? Oh yes indeed. Just a lost opportunity, for it was obviously rare. If only had been caught. Why, if you caught it, Gorgon, your collection would have been enhanced by 0.7%. Such a disappointing loss. Took off because you made so much noise, Gorgon, sir. I heard that. You're putting the blame on me? That's blatant insubordination. I'm in a foul mood today. Not plain foul, foul. Ooh, Gorgon, sir, an intruder. Ugh, that fool Snaddle had to screw up. Someone let this outsider get in here? Our recovery plan's done, but we can't let you go. Not after you've seen us here. Hey. Yes, sir. Teach this little boy a thing or two about pain. Aye, sir. You just leave everything to me. You can be sure the job will be done while you return to the lair. See to it. Well, now, you heard the man. I must get back to the lair too. You know what to do. But wait a second, that's not what you said. Allow me to explain. We have a crucial job to do with the lair. We need to make shadow Pokemon from those that were on this ship. You do agree this is indeed important, don't you? If I were to do that job, you would take 38% more effort than I. In that case, Gorgon's mood would worsen by 72%. You do agree that is indeed most inefficient, don't you? As a result, if you were to take my place, this boy on in my place, we'd be ahead 63% in terms of overall efficiency. You do understand, don't you? It's only for efficiency's sake. I'll be going now. Why do I always feel like I've been had? Oh well, if I don't beat you here, I won't be fulfilling my duties. Don't hold a grudge for this. Sephiroth Smarten. Start with Tangela and Dusclops. Okay. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is let's go for a Leech Life on that Tangela and I'll go for a Thunderbolt on Dusclops. Oh, we crit it, okay. Oh, and we got the paralysis, okay. Oh, it doesn't quite one-shot it. That's not great. That's also not great. Alright, I'm just gonna get the KO on these two, and then I'm gonna swap out. Okay, that's helpful. See how much this does. Okay, goes for Claw instead of Zyvolt. Kind of perplexed by that choice, but whatever. Take it while we got it. Alright, first two done. Clefable. Okay. And Chansey. Okay, I can work with this. Let's go Leech Life on the Chansey and then Thunderbolt the Clefable. Okay. That is more than I would like. See how much Thunderbolt does. A little over half. I'm gonna risk it. That's fine. I can live with that. I can also live with that. Leech Life will pretty much get us back to full health coming up with a Chansey. Yeah. Cybolt's at 37 now. Okay, now the Clefable's down. How long does a Trick Room stay out for? It's been up for a minute. Sableye. Okay, that's a Shadow. Does he have to, or does he only have one? Skarmory. I don't think that's a Shadow. I think there is a Shadow Skarmory, but yeah, it's later. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go Donatello and I guess we'll go Frosh. Okay, that's fine. Shadow Trip. Let's see what that does. Not a lot. And Trick Room's gone now, so that's good. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. Thunder Wave and Leech Seed. Oh, shitters, I don't like that. I don't like that it has that ability. Because now our Thunder is gonna get bounced right back at us. And I can't do it to the rest of the field. So that's less than ideal. Ah. This is a predicament. Okay. So, with that being the case, I'm gonna throw up a wish. Froze, you're gonna pop out for a hot second. We'll go over to Gills. Ooh, okay, that does a lot more than I care for. This is suddenly becoming difficult. Okay. Not a fan of that. Well, I think given the situation, I'm gonna go for an Aqua Tail and Sableye. Jesus Christ. Why is that doing so much damage to Gills, but it's not doing like anything to Donatello? Is what I want to know. Okay. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. Vault. Pray you don't get hit too hard. Why is this coming out so strong? It's a goddamn Sableye. Like, is it weight based? Because memory serves, I don't think that Swampert is a particularly heavy Pokemon. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. This is definitely not a situation I like. I'm gonna Volt Switch out real quick. Thank God these things don't have priority. And it has a Focus Sash. Are you kidding? I'm gonna go Pudge. Pudge and Pray. That still does a decent bit to Pudge. That's considering there is a Reflect Up, and it gets a decrease from... Yeah. That still does more than I would care for. Okay, at least that Skarmory's gone. This little demon is being way more concerning than I had any reason to believe it would be. Purple Wish. Yes, please, just go after Donatello. Donatello can handle this shit. I I feel like my mom is just becoming go after Donatello. I feel like I'm eventually gonna eat those words. I'll just use a great ball, we have them. And then cosmic power just because. One, two, three. Okay, got it. Okay, that ended up being a little bit closer than I would have cared to have happened. He's not even a major boss. God damn. I watched you battling those downright bizarre people. You're some kind of tough, aren't you? Me? I just happened to stumble across this ship, and I made it my home. No, there's plenty of food and all. I have to admit, there's certain things bug me. Nothing's perfect in life. Gotta admit, I'm glad the weird bunch is gone. I owe you thanks for that, at least. You must be tired after that battle, right? You can rest up in my place. It's in the warehouse. Oh, wheelhouse. I listed warehouse. Okay, and there's the healing. Thank you. Well, you get some decent rest. Free to use the bed whenever you feel tired, okay? By the way, I've got a favor to ask you. See, every so often I hear these odd noises come from deep in the ship's hull. I think there's someone skulking around down there. It's too creepy for me to go take a look-see. How about you go look for me? Thank you kindly. That noise has been really eating my nerves lately. I can hardly sleep now. So when you're done investigating, I need you to tell me you found anything. Alright. We're gonna do this and then we'll end the episode once this is done. What's that? Oh, another battle CD that we ultimately cannot use. And then there are item boxes down here. I am going to hold off on actually getting those until later. I'll just do that on my own time, just so that way this episode doesn't go crazy long. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so that's how that one works. I just need to make sure I knew how to slow down the walking, because that's kind of an important piece to this. Look at this one, because just is on our path. TM4. Let's see what that one is. That is Hurricane. Okay, I can work with that one. It's the Bond Slide that we need to be looking for, which, now I think about it, we actually need to go to a Pokestop eventually to actually get that one. Some lava cookies. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do like this, so we're not taking forever. Yeah, just a random person who got our number from somebody else. I wanted to point out that we never actually gave them our PDA number throughout the train. Technically speaking, in this version, we never actually met that person. A free thing of leftovers. Okay, so let's get our butts out of here. Again, I'll come back for the items. So what was it? Is there anything down there? I see. There's a Pokemon down there. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. Is that right? So it was a Pokemon a girl asked you to find. You say it got away? Well, this place isn't a very welcome place for wild Pokemon surviving. Why don't you try looking for a place where wild Pokemon are apt to gather? Anyways, I'll be heading off for home now. After all, solved the worries I had. I'm surely indebted. Come see me whenever you like. You're always welcome. Alright, we got one more thing I want to take care of before we end the episode. Another thing that you will probably never see in a mainline Pokemon game. Well, I guess you almost kind of saw it in Alola in a sense. Hold it. No one gets past here. I'm walking a Phenac Gang. It won't hurt you to remember that. Won't hurt you to forget his name either. Silence. You don't have a clue who Phenac Gang happens to be, do you? Back in the old days, romance shook when they heard our names. Sheesh. That's alright. We'll get back to snagging Pokemon just like the old days and terrify the world again. And we'll do that by using your snag machine. Whoops. I know you're a great battler, but I'm not having any of that. Gloom, release your sleep powder. Send this kid off to Betty Bye. Yeah, we get roofied and mugged. Name the last time you've seen that in a mainline Pokemon game. I can't tell you a time, because here's the thing, it never fucking happens. Like, again, I can't. How out of the world this game is compared to the main series. Like, seriously, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, take notes on this shit. The bunch I saw, weren't they Phenac Gang? Or would they want to pick a fight with you? Is that right? That's been happening at the world at large. Phenac Gang is a bunch of crooks and thugs. They're snagging Pokemon from people with Cypher's help. I hadn't heard about them for the last couple of years, so I figured they fell apart. Guess not, huh? Anyways, seems to me you need to get back that thing they took from you. I think they took off north chasing after another bunch of strange characters. Maybe you ought to join the chase too. Right around here, north side of Echo Canyon. So, yes, just for the explanation, now that we no longer have our snag machine, unless we happen, because I'm going to be putting Pokesnacks at the Pokespots to try to track the Bonsai in. So unless I go to those and there's a shiny Pokemon to catch, we literally cannot catch anything new until we get that back. And there will be encounters that we will miss. Because I'm unable to physically catch them, I'm not counting those against me for failing them. And I will be allowing myself a reattempt when we can actually catch them. Being two, I think it's a Politoed and a Zangoose? Those are the two that I remember. I think there might be a third one if memory serves, but I'm not 100% positive on that one. But those two at the very least. If there's more, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But as of now, we are, with what we have in our box is all we have. So, do with that information what you will. Anyways, with that being the case, I think this is a good enough spot to end for now. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Pokemon XG Next Gen Nuzlocke. Catch you later.